Okay, so we're going to do a little experiment here. You can see on the left here, this one here. This is the BJM Zero putter. It's got a Kotahi putter grip on it, and the player is using the BJM Hold system. And on the right here, we have the same player using a different putter and using the reverse overlap holding system with a flat thumb pad putting grip. Okay, so we're going to have a look and compare the two. Now this is a pretty amazing tool actually, this laser line, because it shows the stroke from a bird's eye view and the centeredness of contact and the way the ball rolls. So this is pretty good stuff here. So we're going to compare apples to apples. Now remember, the player, it's the same player swinging both clubs, holding the club differently with the BJM Hold versus the traditional holding system, the reverse overlap. And this player does not know the results. Now, I'm sure you know by now, we are a science-based putting system. All right, everything's based on an effective ball roll, and we've deducted that holding the club differently with the BJM Hold system is a lot more effective to create that ball roll. We believe that the reverse overlap and flat thumb pad putter grips are outdated and they don't work so well. They're certainly not effective. And again, we have a lot of people trying to disband that by using the electronic devices, and we've come out winning each time. So this is just another experiment using electronics to show how powerful our holding system is. And of course, we've designed our grips to be held a certain way, and we've designed the putters also based on that holding system. We believe that putting is very disconnected at the moment, and we're trying to put it all together. And here we have just more evidence of that. Now you can see here that both faces are very much running. Look at that, and both screens running, parallel to this green line here. Okay, in both cases. So whoever's aiming this putter is aiming it correctly. And of course the laser lines help. You can see that both lines here are lined up into the center here, right to the center of the putter also. So again, you can see the setup here looks really, really good. The lean and the shafts look good. So there's no big deal here at the starting position, and I'm sure the lasers have play a big part in that. Okay, so let's start the stroke, and let's start with this traditional holding system and the putter here on the right hand side. And here we go. So as we start the stroke, you can see that's moving quite well. And when we get to about here, this is looking quite good. You can see the putter face is rotating on an arc, so it looks like to be open to the target line slightly. So it's pointing in slightly this direction, which is quite normal. I mean, the putter's on an arc, so that's really good. But we get to about here, and then all of a sudden we see the putter pushing out. Okay, there's a little pop here, so it's not just there. You can see the putter pushing out, it's not continuing to rotate. Okay, so that's not so bad here, we're still looking okay. Now watch the first movement going to the ball, oh dear. And you can see here how high that toe gets. So you watch this, and the toe just pops out. You can see it just popping out slightly there. Okay, so this putter's getting wider for whatever reason. Now you can see the laser light and the white line is there, and now the heel of the club is getting towards the center here. And if we look at the strike, bonk, right there, it's right on the heel. Okay, so let's compare this to this left hand side, this BJM one. Okay, so here we go. Same characteristics. You can see the putter face rotating, and you can see the center of the club is very much coming inside here. You can see where that's all aiming. And again, that's quite normal because you're on an arc, and we want to keep the face perpendicular to that arc for effective ball roll. Okay, so there we go. So we're not so much seeing so much toe lift there. You can still see the center of the putter stays inside the target line there. So that's very, very good. And as we come to the ball, you can see the center of the putter just coming right back into the middle of the ball, bang, right there. So this is actually a very good putting stroke, and you can see the face is very much parallel to that line. Okay, so both putter faces have been returned okay here, so let's see what happens on the way through. Yep, here we go, and you can see the white line of the putter returning back on the inside there. That's very, very good. So you can see the arc is completed. It's even both sides here. Let's go to the one on the right. Oh no, that's still very high. You can see the white line is still outside the target line here. So that is suggesting that the putter's been pushed away from the player. That's not so good. And that's going to affect the way the ball rolls. And you can see the ball's not rolling so well here either. If I can get those lines for you. You can see the ball is rolling sort of this way now. Okay, as opposed to this one. You can see the ball's rolling pretty straight right through here. So the lines on the ball are a bit of a telltale sign. So the ball roll here on the right is going to be jumping a little bit. Okay, so that's going to affect the distance control. Let's see how we go through this. Oh yeah, that's really good. And the arc comes back around again. You can see the white lines back on the inside here on the BJM system. And we're still not seeing the white line, the midline on the putter coming inside. So that's suggesting the arc is going sort of out over here as we swing it. Okay, so the putter looks like it's doing a little loop. On this guy, it goes away like this and comes back around out over here. Alright, if we watch this guy, we can see the arc of the putters going around and then returning back around again, which is what we want to see. So that's very interesting. We can see here on the laser lights, and you can draw your own conclusions to this as well. But we believe that holding the putter with the palms up influences the thoracic rotation, which creates the arc for the putter head, and that's very obvious in this stroke here. Okay, bang, and you can see it, bang, bang, it's going around and around. So we like this, and we believe that comes from the thoracic rotation. Because we've reduced the mobility in the joints of the hands and arms there, that makes it a lot more possible to do that. And of course keep the face perpendicular to the arc, as opposed to this guy here. You know, you've got so much movement in the hands and arms, you can just see the wobble in the head there also. It's not hitting the center of the club. So again, this is some very powerful tools. These laser lights have really shown up. And this is only a short stroke, so a larger stroke will emphasize this even more. But you can see there that the BJM Hold system, Kotahi putter grips and the Zero putters really do have a magical effect on the ball roll and the consistency of this. And the player didn't know the results of this until after they saw the results here, after the putting experiment was finished. Alright, so for more information, we'll be posting some more electronic feedback on these. I think it's very powerful to see how the holding system changes the dynamics of a putting stroke. Again, follow us on social media because we do put a lot of content up. So we look forward to your feedback. So yes, we'd like to hear your comments on this one. Okay, thanks very much.